Dodo getting straight into it. Some early damage and a lot of weakening onto Negima, but of course, pressure being put back on. Skyward bound once again. Early spike onto Kaboose from Tate and Dodo. Really good at finding these first ring outs, Matt.
Absolutely, Tony. It looks like they're back into the same trend again here, just getting that early pressure through, managing to find an advantage and capitalizing accordingly. It's going to be hard for them to find the ring out, especially onto Negima, though, I feel. Their focus may be more centralized to Kaboose here. Looks like they do find a trade back, though. Kaboose and Negima now stacking up a bit of damage, using the megaphone to enhance the Iron Giant as well there on Negima. Not going to be able to juggle the Giant as effectively as some of our smaller characters here. Looks like already, though, Tate could be close to the ring out zone there. Negima trying their best to find that extra damage, getting them close to the edge there. Kaboose locks it in. They're good for 2 stock at the moment. Back onto the megaphone as well, just trying to chip away at them. Bit by bit here, Tony. Ooh, the FBI could be on the way. There it is. FBI's here. They're looking to make an arrest. It seems they've locked someone in there. They're not going to be bounced off the map, but at least temporarily taking them out of the game.
And as you said, it's so hard to knock Negima off. Finally did get wrung out in the end of things, but took such a while that, of course, his teammate wasn't able to put in the damage to Kaboose with that cop car. Megaphone coming out, the scrap shield as well for Negima, just putting that pressure on and sending another player off. Tate taken out. Match point for Negima and Kaboose after the first one being picked up by Tate and Dodo. Beach bubbles coming out, getting some hits in. You see Negima actually playing front and forward with this scrap shield and playing with more aggression than we saw in the last one. Definitely starting to feel it. Transformation comes out and Negima's just looking to put the pressure on. So much high percentage and another ring out, and it is Negima and Kaboose taking home map #1 of your winners finals.
Really great pressure actually coming through from them there in the first game. Like you saw, as soon as Tate or Dodo were knocked off the map there, Kaboose and Negima synergized immediately. They managed to get off the edge of the map and make sure to just don that ledge guard and try and spike them down as quickly as possible. And they found success there more often than not, really allowing them to push their stocks above and beyond there. We are seeing a bit of, a little bit of a replay here as well as to some of our final moments there. The down spike managing to really secure that last stock there for Kaboose and Negima. So definitely eager to see how things play out for the rest of the series as well, but it seems the Iron Giant and the Velma a very effective solution there to the LeBron and Harley combo.
Yeah, I think especially with that scrap shield, you're able to tank a lot more, and again, we call on Negima picking up this Iron Giant being such a threatening pressure and such a heavy character to knock off the map, and we saw Tate and Dodo really abuse that in their last series, and that's why they're through to this winners final spot. They're able to knock some quick kills in. Of course, they got one through to Kaboose, but Negima just stabilizing pressure on the map and just not getting knocked off. It's so hard to answer for Dodo and Tate. Maybe we see a character swap up from them, because definitely the pressure's been building, and it's already building early on here for Negima and Kaboose.
Absolutely, Tony, and the pressure is only going to continue to build here. Looks like we are just changing up our maps at the moment. Cromulons are looking to be locked in. We get straight back into the character selection now. Both teams looking to lock in the same characters: Harley, LeBron, Iron Giant, and Velma across Dodo, Tate, Negima, and Kaboose there. We will be diving straight back in action right here, right now, Tony. I'm keen to get back into it, though, but let's see if there's a change-up from Dodo and Tate, whether they are on a different strategy this time.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, of course, as well. I believe Negima, you saw the SSB in front of his name, Smash Bros player as well. And, you know, third best on the Queensland top 40, so a very, very much respected player in the fighting game scene, and definitely showing that in this upper bracket here in the MultiVersus 2v2 Winter Championship. You see damage coming out as we load on into Cromulons, and a lot of damage being put on to Negima. Of course, the scrap shield coming out, trying to get some chip damage back, but this time Dodo and Tate playing a little bit more floaty.
Yeah, seems they're just trying to play a bit more mobile this time. It may work out for them. Looks like they've already done a lot of damage on to Negima here. Trying their best to see if they can ring him out early on here. I'm loving this focus coming through from them. Look at them. They're synergizing their hits there, trying their best to just ring them out as quickly as possible. Kaboose struggling to support their teammate at the moment. Already 150 damage point here, and there it is. The first ring out. I love this hyper focus, but Kaboose, they've already recovered. One stock for one here. This is already a ripper of a match.
Now, this is the start we wanted to see here from Dodo and Tay, but of course Kaboose and Negima very much good at bouncing back when put under threat. See Negima up to 79, Scrap Shield hasn't come out yet, and it will be now put into play. Damage being dealt here to Tay, 1 at 28. The follow-up from Kaboose has been absolutely sensational so far. The cop car book a quick Harley Quinn, sent weakened there, and the hits coming in from Negima just being a stabling pressure towards that middle side of the map, not letting anybody really follow up. Kaboose, of course, we saw in their last series, able to threaten Kaboose in, get some early combos through to Kaboose, and that's when the pressure was felt. Early spike up from Negima, a ring out once again for this red side, and you can see both Dodo and Tay very much struggling. The damage is being dealt. Of course, they've put these players into high percentages, but they're struggling to find these ring outs.
Yeah, looks like they found at least one of them, though. Taking away the second. It's match point now. They need to maintain their own lives, though. It's looking to be a bit dangerous. Great usage of the megaphone there. They find the stock back. It's all or nothing here. Match point for both teams. We'll see which one can lock it in. The afterburners coming into effect there as well, alongside the ice. I love it. They get burnt, and they also can take that slow damage from the ticks of ice there. Negima now managing to go for the ground pound. Looking to see if they can ring anyone out here. It's good damage coming through. They're bouncing to the top of the map. The up-bat from a Dodo is great to lock it in. And they take away game number 2.
Yeah, very much closer game number 2. Dodo and Tay this time putting on the pressure and using the, I guess, a lot of spacing here towards the aerial side of the map. It got very dicey in that one. Of course, one hit to Tay could have been killer, but Kaboose sent back down there, put on and stopped by Dodo. Of course, Kaboose have been key in finding those ring outs for their side at the moment, but of course, Dodo keeping him at bay allowed them to take that map. And of course, 1-1 now in this best of 5 map. Negima and Kaboose, they've put back and they've been answered here. So we go into map number 3. It could be an interesting pick. Cromulons once again was the pick, but whether we see Cromulons again could be an interesting one, or maybe we see a Bat Cave, a Sky Arena, who knows?
I think we are heading towards the Sky Arena next, if my eyes don't deceive me. As it looks like we load into character selection again. Harley going to be locked in alongside LeBron for Dodo and Tay there. Rocket Boots perk looking to be locked in rather by Harley again. Definitely good to aim those shots if you can help it. Also play around the ignite damage. Bron obviously playing around with a bit of fire on their perks as well. Definitely keen to see it, but we are getting into the series once again here. All characters, all in the same, and no, we're not getting into the game. Ooh, maybe not. No, we'll be in soon. Hopefully, does just load us straight back in there. Obviously, just getting the things all connected. But as with all things, you know, we've got some things we can resolve, and hopefully they'll be able to be resolved soon.
Yeah, we'll look to remedy this one as soon as possible and go back into the game. Of course, a very, very hotly contested winners final here for both of these sides, looking to secure their seed in the grands, avoid that losers bracket run that a few of these teams might be looking to go on. Of course, Shmori and Derek sent earlier on in the evening towards that lower bracket, definitely looking for some revenge. Of course, we will quickly look to get into our game for our winners final. 1-1 in the scoreline, Matt, and I have to say, it's been a very much great evening so far, and plenty more action to come in just a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully we should be getting back into it in a moment. We'll just leave it to the man on the sticks in the back end there to get everything resolved. And hopefully it should be all good in no time at all. But so far, Tony, the series has looked really competitive. We've seen both sides manage to get a lot of potential out of their combinations. I've loved the adaptiveness of both teams as well. You know, like both teams have managed to get that slice of the pie. They've managed to find ways around their opponent's play styles. And so I'm keen to see which team may be able to take that full advantage all the way towards the finish line, because if it continues to play out like it has been so far, we could easily see a 5-game series again here.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, Kaboose and Negima, they had to play a 5-mapper just to get to the winners semis and then to the winners finals. From there, as it looks to load back in map number 3, just a little bit. I believe Sky Arena once again the pick, and it's gonna be interesting. We saw a little bit of adaptation there from Tate and Dodo, understanding that they need to keep Kaboose at bay early on and, of course, prevent him from getting some early ring outs, because Kaboose, very good at some of these follow-up combos, and of course, we've seen him in the 1v1s, a very strong contender. Now in the 2v2s with his teammate. Map number 3, Matt, it's Sky Arena, all tied up.
All tied up, but here we go again, Tony. It is straight back in action. A lot of aggression already locked in from Dodo and Tate there. Trying to see if they can focus up on it to Negima here, damage them down as much as possible. Kaboose struggling their way around. It looks like the juggle's come through again. My gosh, Negima delivering down already. I'm loving the combos here from LeBron and Harley.
LeBron and Harley so good at following up with each other. You can see that Dodo and Tate, they're good at following up with each other as well, just facing these hits as they come. The ball picked up by Negima, but that's a rough ring out to lose early on. United, after the scrap shield comes back to play, and Kaboose is trying to get some speech bubbles through, trying to get the megaphone out, just trying to get some damage. But you see that Harley Quinn able to close that gap for the moment. Some speech bubbles coming through, attack decay onto Kaboose, and he's going to be decayed down for the moment. Negima taking a little bit of damage. Tate looking to follow up on the upward trend. It is the upward spike. Tate Dodo getting in some good hits there, but it's a ring out to the other side of things. Dodo's taken out of commission. Negima and Kaboose on high HP, though. They need to be awfully careful on how they take this next fight.
Absolutely, Tony. They need to be extra careful here. Damage is high across all teams at the moment. And there is a tension building alongside it. Good use of the megaphone there. Great send onto Tate. Not able to lock in the kill, though. The afterburners come in. Only one tick towards the edge of the map at the moment. Kaboose taking a bit of punishment as well. Negima not going to be locked out just yet. Good kill from Kaboose, though. Straight on to Tate there. Now trying to focus up on Dodo. They've got the stock advantage for the moment, but not for long. Negima's out of the map. Kaboose could be soon behind them. 123 ticks of damage. They're trying to see if they can bounce them up to the skies. Not going to be able to find it just yet. Negima being somewhat of a shield. They found another kill, though. One stock remains for Negima and Kaboose here, Tony. And the FBI comes through as well. They're not going to be able to lock it in, though.
Not able to lock in the killing blow. Kaboose, a good cop car, though, and some great follow-ups here. You can see getting that damage in, putting this Harley Quinn under pressure. The recovery is hard to do. Scrap shield downward, spike there for Negima, but you can see Tate and Dodo still floating around this map, putting the pressure on, and some spike ring out back, but Negima able to answer immediately. The only one left on the map to celebrate. Kaboose and Negima taking home map number 3.
Holy moly, Tony. It's a close endeavor once again here. We do see Kaboose and Negima, though, taking away game number 3 there. A big shout out to our replay system here as well, seeing how the final moments all went down. Loving the down spike there. They trade one stock each at the end, and it will ultimately go the way of Negima and Kaboose, putting them now on series point.
Series point now, winners final. Of course, take a look to our losers while that's being played in the background. I believe Slepsis and Gary taking home their series very, very quickly in that losers round 1. They'll be facing Omi and Pat Post, I believe. The other one, E-Star Luigi and Kleinitcher. 2-1 currently in the lead against Jonah and Mr. Red, sorry. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see that losers bracket starting to get hot. But as well, Matt, Negima and Kaboose, one away from closing out this best of 5 and moving on to that grand final spot.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the grand final spot, aren't we, Tony? We're definitely progressing our way through the tournament pretty smoothly here, but the winner of our series at current could be either Kaboose and Negima or Tate and Dodo there will be progressing to the grand final. So definitely eager to see which of our contenders here might just have it in them to do it. Obviously, the loser of this series will be placed towards the losers bracket. I believe they are going to be playing in the losers final. So they've got a while yet before they'll be versing anyone if they do lose this game. But if they get placed in the losers final, that means that they have a second chance in the sense that if they do win their losers final matchup, they will be playing in our grand final and they could have a chance at revenge there.
Have a chance at revenge, but also
a
chance of taking home the cash, $200 prize pool. We go into it. Map number 4 in your way. Negima, Kaboose, one away from closing it out. And of course, Tate, Dodo, they need to bounce back. The speech bubble's no good from Kaboose. They've done some good damage on Negima, almost up to 100. He's going to go for the ring out.
My gosh, Tony, seems that Negima having a bit of a struggle there. Does get ringed out immediately. Trying their best to do a bit of damage with Kaboose now, though. Seeing if they can get the ground pound through there. Loving how the megaphone actually does give a little bit of healing slightly to Negima as well, so they can at least keep themselves in the fight a bit longer. The Ignite does come through, though, along a couple of ticks of ice, so they are going to take a bit more punishment in the meantime. The juggle's through again. Harley Quinn doing what they do best, juggling up to the skies. They won't be able to lock it in this time, though. Although, maybe this time, oh, it's getting so close. Negima barely able to stay alive by the skin of the teeth.
And is able to get the side special out there, gets the kick in back, but of course finally sent towards the top. Kaboose now needs to be a little bit careful to attack Decade and sends out some more speech bubbles. They have weakened up the Harley Quinn. Attack Decade onto the Tate, and you can see Negima is back in full force, able to get that ring out back. And who would have thought of a player of very, very heavy stature that these ring outs are coming through from Negima. It's a second to follow up, and it's now even by Kaboose and Negima. Tate, Dodo, they need to get some damage back in. They have set Negima towards the top once again. The follow-up on the Rockets, then into the basketball. Tate and Dodo, they're playing so clean right now. They've got match point for them in this one, and looking to send us to a 5th. Kaboose sent off to the right. Some damage being dealt, Matt, but it's still up to this final spike. There is one back match point secured by Negima and Kaboose. The scrap shield's out. The damage is being dealt. Negima is such a threat right now towards the middle of the map, and it will be the spike out, though. Dodo and Tate are going to be sending us to map number 5.
My gosh, Tony, this one has been such an incredible series all throughout. We see both teams take a game, or 2 games each rather, and now it all reaches its ultimate conclusion. Game number 5, last one counts, to see which of these 2 teams will be pushing their way straight through to our grand final matchup. I am incredibly excited to see which of the 2 teams is going to be able to achieve it here, Tony, because this has just been spectacular.
Yeah, Dodo, I have to say the follow-ups have been spectacular from him. Dodo setting up some of those combos for Tate to get the ring outs there. Just such floating pressure being towards that upward middle of the map. You can see the follow-ups are great. The team plays flowing. And we go to map number 5, Negima and Kaboose now once again on the back foot. Not any reverse sweep required. This time it's going to have to be a buckle down for both these sides. Tate, Dodo winning that map number 4 means that the pressure's on the Negima and Kaboose do not let this one slip out of their grasp. They had a quick 2-1 lead in this. It all comes down to the final map. Where we see it go is the question as well, whether we go back to the Cromulons, the Sky Arena, or whether we see a more stock standard pick.
We'll see what it all comes down to here as we do get straight into the character selections again. Are going to get them locked and loaded right here, right now, Tony. These players are definitely really pumped up at the moment. You can feel the fire coming out of them in their play right now. We are going to be loading in to our 5th and a final map here of this best of 5 series. And my oh my, I'm sure either of these teams are going to be just absolutely thrilled to secure a place in the grand final, where they will be able to take away, at a minimum, 2nd place in the tournament, but at best, first. We'll see how it all plays out, though, as it all comes down to this. We go into the trophy's edge here, and we're already off to the races. Lots of damage being focused out towards Negima again. That's their strategy, Tony. They just continue to bounce off Negima, try and see if they can ring them out as early as possible.
Yeah, it's a struggling spot if you're playing the Iron Giant and you kind of receive all the focus. Scrap Shield out, ignited up. You see, taking so much damage. Is Negima almost sent skyward bound? 135, and we're not even a minute into this one, Matt. It is such a hard thing to answer for if you're Negima right now. 172, getting so much more pressure in. Tay and Dodo sending him skyward bound, and that's all, folks. Negima, early knockout being taken here by the side of Tay and Dodo. Straight back into it. They're already hitting up Negima once again, already up to almost 50%, Matt.
Definitely being ticked away at over and over again here. It seems Kaboose and Negima need to find a ring out of their own at this stage, and it looks like they find it! So close there! Dodo trying to play for the ring out themselves, but it seems that them and their teammate have both been taken out of action here. Speaking of action, the police are on their way, Tony. They've locked in the ring out! This is huge for Negima and Kaboose. They only need one more stock. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, Tony.
Man, Negima's taking so much damage, but Kaboose is being a threatening presence with that cop car, and you can see now going into the mech suit, the lasers are being thought about. Negima is taking space on the map while Kaboose is free to float about, and you can see that this time Tay and Dodo don't have an answer. Kaboose is just playing so loose towards his left-hand side, spacing out these megaphone shots, just letting Negima put the pressure on and take the damage that's necessary for Kaboose to find these hits. In weakened up is a vulnerable Dodo, but of course it's coming through. It's Negima to get the spike in. Kaboose and Negima move on through your winners final.
My gosh, Tony, they've managed to do it. It was looking so tight towards the initial stages of that 5th game there, but they managed to pull it together, take away the series with flying colors. We get to see the replay on our screens right now of the moment they did it. The sidekick sending them out of space. What a way to get that one locked in there, Tony. They are going to the grand final.
All the way to the grand final, and of course the chance at playing for that $200 prize pool, Matt. Hard-fought game from Kaboose and Negima once again going down to the wire and seeming to struggle against these floater kind of compositions that a few of these teams are bringing to the table. Of course, we'll see Dodo and his teammate going down to that losers bracket, to the losers finals specifically, where they get a second shot at redemption, go back into the grands. But of course, Matt, the losers bracket, to talk about it, it's shaping up to be a dangerous one. As we said, Omi and Pat Post through that losers bracket, currently facing down at Solepsis and Gary. Shmori and Derek as well in that losers quarter. And of course, we will have our next Series B, Omi and Papo taking on Solepsis and Gary. And this one's a grudge match, I have to say. I look at these players and this is going to be a scary one to come against.
Absolutely. Very excited to see how these players will shape up against each other, because we've obviously already seen a little bit of the Omi and Pat Post matchups here with you and I. Solepsis and Gary are coming at us as well, though. Definitely eager to see how their matchup plays out. I believe in some of our top 16 games, I think some of our previous commentators, Brownman and Tom, did manage to catch at least one of their series, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely eager to see how they do play things out on the stream here once again as well, because we know these players are capable of many great things, and it's all going to be on the line, especially in the losers quarterfinal side of things. They need to win every single game coming forward if they want to have another chance to play in the grand finals, where they will be faced against the behemoths that are Kaboose and Negima.
And of course, you alluded to our other commentators. A quick shout out to Tom and Brownman for coming on. and of course commentating some of the games to get us to this crazy top 8 bracket. And of course, a shout out to you all that are joining us for this crazy top 8 bracket. Shout out to the players as well, the admins, making it all run smoothly. Matt, it's been a stellar night so far, and it's just looking to get that little bit more crazy as we go on in to our losers bracket quarter matchup. It's going to be Omi and Pat Post taking on Solepsis, and Gary.
Absolutely, Tony. We are loading up into the lobby at the moment, so we should be getting our games underway shortly. Looks like we are just getting everything prepared currently to have Solepsis and Damuki on the red side, and Pat Post and Omi over on the blue side this time. A Sky Arena looking to potentially be the map of choice here. Just waiting for it all to get locked and loaded before we do get into the thick of it right now, but definitely eager to see how it's all going to go here. And a big shout out to everyone supporting the stream as well. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you for coming and supporting your favorite players, your favorite teams heading into the games here. But regardless, Tony, we are into character selection. It is going to be Rain Dog and Jake for Omi and Pat Post there. Solepsis and Damuki going to be looking in the Bugs Bunny and the Iron Giant. So a little bit different over on that side of things.
Yeah, the Afterburners equipped once again as well for Gary. Solepsis with the Bugs is a good key thing to note. We've seen Iron Giants. We've seen the Dog Squad once again for Omi and Pat Post. So we go to map number 1, Matt. Iron Giant going to be brought to the table once again. The Afterburners are in play, and look to see that chip damage come through from Solepsis and Gary. Try and get an early ring out through. But for the side of Omi and Pat Post, it was a worrying start to their series. Of course, we saw the tether be used to full effect. Of course, Jake blocking the stretch